It's a vibe. It's a vibe.
All right, guys, you already know what it is. It's a new episode of the Vibes podcast, and I am your girl E Grady the baby, and we have our other co-host here. Who?
Come on now, it's a dynamic duo. It's your boy, Two Different Kings.
AKA.
Check eyebrows, aka Trigger if you nasty. But we got a clean show today.
Yes, we do.
Man, introduce yourself.
Well, first of all, my name is Michael Ford, and it's a pleasure to be here.
Tell us about yourself.
Michael, I did it right at that.
Yeah, he was just like, I'm Michael Ford.
I'm the executive director of the Emile Foundation. I own CM Mobile Detail and Carpet Cleaning Company, CM Properties, which own a few rental properties as well.
Listen, first
Born and
thing.
raised in Northwest Baltimore. That's zone 15. Park Heights to be exact. For anybody that want to question.
One thing I know is I did not know you had all these businesses. That was one.
Because I don't want nobody in my business.
I mean, I respect that, but what people don't know is the branding. Nobody who's ever came in here had their logo right there, board buttons.
Yeah.
He got business cards.
They had
He said it's for the brand.
My man ain't come to play,
You
okay?
gotta promote yourself, because if you don't do it, nobody will.
Where did that come from?
It's the hustle. You gotta have a hustle. Back in 2012 when I got fired, I said, you know what? I gotta make some money. You gotta promote yourself. And that's where the hustle came from, and I've been hustling like that ever since.
So
Go ahead.
So where did the name come from?
CM?
Emily Wall, CM, all that.
Alright, well, start with CM. It came from China Mike.
Okay.
My name is Mike, but everybody say, oh, you got Chinese eyes.
Always
So I was like, I'm wrong with it. China Mike.
I ain't want to be racist. When I seen it, I was like, oh.
His mama must be Chinese.
Yeah.
When I seen it, I was like, Michael? He's like, nah.
But yeah, and the Emily Wall Foundation came from my mom. Her middle name was Emily, her maiden name was Wall, and I just went with the foundation. She passed away 2 years ago. She was a big, intricate part of the community work that I was doing in Northwest Baltimore. So after she passed away, I wanted to do something to honor her memory. Besides burying her, giving her a nice gravesite, I wanted to keep her legacy going. And so that's why I started the Emily Wall Foundation.
Now, I know them. So I know that there was no cookout at Nene house. There wasn't nobody invited. Even the junkies was invited to get a plate. So it's amazing to see that you really are creating something that you know that your mom would really be proud of and that she would really be a part of. So I mean, hats off to you because you're doing that thing. Like, you not just giving out food on holidays, my bro. You is giving out food just because it's a Thursday. So it's not just the name or the brand. You're really putting that foot out there and making it happen. So hats off to you.
No, I appreciate it. If we don't do it, nobody will.
That's
so
true.
we got to take care of us. That's why it's we, our, and us. We got to take care of ourselves. Can't wait on nobody to do it.
My question, I never understood when people do non-profit, because that's what your thing is, right?
It's a nonprofit, yes.
How do people provide the services that you do and still can come in with money?
Grants and donations and community support. So you can apply for grants. You got organizations like BGE or other businessmen that may want to donate money to your organization. That helps you stay afloat throughout the year or years. And also just people that rock with you. They want to see you be successful. And I didn't just start doing this work. It just became official. I've been doing this work for years.
So this not something you just can just jump into. You got to build into where you are right now.
I had a passion for people to have a nonprofit. Some people do it for the money because they can get thousands and $1 million in grants. You gotta have a passion to take care of people and your community. And that's why I have a great big deal of support in Northwest Baltimore and throughout Baltimore. I got a big support system.
So who would you like to shout out that you could say really help you build a brand, or help the stepping points for you to get to where you are today, where it wasn't just you doing it for the people, but now becoming something greater and bigger every day, every month for you?
God. Without him, none of this is possible.
That is true.
I couldn't just name one person. I have to thank Baltimore as a whole and those that assisted, because if I name one person, I'm going to forget somebody.
Yeah.
So those people know.
Like the BT Awards.
Yeah. Everybody out there know. I don't have to name anybody that helped Emile Wall Foundation get to where we are. So thank you, everybody.
Go ahead. The relationship they got different. So I'm a guest today. Y'all rock out.
No, you're perfectly fine, man. You're perfectly fine. Me, I'm more so like with the accolades. So more so the questions. I think, like I said, I know him on a personal level. So it's like I know the other person.
Go ahead.
And the other person was, that man was a DJ before anything. The man was a CEO. I think his steps were prepared for him to get him here, because his resume is exquisite. Like, I don't think y'all know that man was doing house parties for selling like $5 to get in his house. Like, so listen, the hustle was there. The hustle was there.
We used to have house parties way back when my mother used to take vacations a lot.
Yes, right.
She would go to Atlantic City, like, look, she going to Atlantic City. We got this Saturday. We're going to pack the house. We move all the furniture out the living room, put it in the dining. Out the dining room, put it in the living room, set up the DJ equipment, and man, we sold out the house.
So you've been doing this forever.
Yes, the hustle always been
We always had a hustle. We always made money. When it snowed, we get out there, shovel snow. Summertime, cut grass.
What happened when you were at a younger age that provoked this always gotta get money, hustling mentality? Was it something traumatic, or was it something you like, no, I just need money, and you just continue doing it?
No, because we ain't have it. We was broke coming up. We ain't have nothing. We had a little something. You know what we had? We had love from our parents and grandparents that said, listen, I'm not going to be able to give you everything that you need or want. I'm not going to give you everything that you want, but I'm going to give you what you need, and that was love. Mm-hmm. And the hustle developed out of that.
Yeah.
Hustle is amazing. What was one of your highest lows and your highest highs with this foundation?
Or with the business in general, because you had many.
You got like
businesses,
6.
So.
Overall support is the highest high.
Okay.
The highest low is when it's overwhelming. Right? Like, I'm a father of 3 daughters. I have a girlfriend,
You a girl
relationship,
dad.
I have a family. Like, I have a lot going on. So it's a lot of pressure every day. When I wake up, I just can't wake up and just work.
Right.
I gotta wake up and make sure the family's straight. I gotta make sure these bills paid.
Facts.
I gotta make sure the cars are running and just everything, and make sure the people are being fed in the community. And I gotta balance it. It's a balance that you gotta have.
Dude, with that balance, we was talking about a couple episodes ago, that everybody has priorities. Everybody don't have the same number of priorities, but people got priorities. So what you were saying with being, you got your lady, you got your business, you got your foundation, you still got to be a girl dad, you still got to be you, do stuff you like to do.
And he only smiling because he got a daughter too.
You like girl dad.
Yeah, I'm telling you, ain't nothing like it. Ain't nothing like it.
You find it hard to prioritize with, okay, my daughter's gonna come first day, but then a couple days, all right, my kids can't come absolutely first, so my lady can't come absolutely first. Some days the foundation might go, some days my job might have to take it. So how do you prioritize, okay, today, this is top, next day, this is gonna be top?
I knew this question was coming. I'm gonna give you the secret, and everybody that's watching, I'm gonna give you what I feel is the secret to it all. Make a schedule, right?
Okay.
Balance out your schedule. Like, for instance, Mondays, Sunday evenings and Mondays, my days, I just get out, I go ride my bike, whether I'm out riding the bicycle or riding my Can-Am, I'm out.
Okay, you got those days is your days.
Yeah, Sunday, Mondays, yeah.
Okay.
Tuesday night, date night.
Okay.
Right? So that's date night, that's the nightmare. Wednesdays, it's the kids. Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays, the kids. Friday nights, if I'm free, I might go out and do something. Saturdays, community stuff. And Sundays, early Sundays, the kids or the community. but just balancing it.
How long did it take you to get to that balance? You're like, I need a schedule.
Immediately. Because it was too much going on, so you gotta slow down. But it took years because I was single for a long time. I was dating a long time. And so
It was a while.
ever since I got divorced, I was dating. So it took a while.
And shouts out to Bay, because Bay is an extraordinary woman, okay?
Yeah.
She's an extraordinary woman.
Yeah, I got
I
community.
like Bay.
All facts.
You gave
You
me
ain't bring no cupcakes.
I know, I'm sorry, Bay. I'm so sorry.
You ain't bring no cupcakes.
Listen, because I think I was
shout out to
on a
her.
diet, bro.
Please.
Shout out to her. EA Cupcakery.
Yes.
My
yes.
goodness, some of the best any baker right here. You got it.
Listen, I got a story about EA Cupcake.
Uh-oh. Let's hear it.
So this wasn't something that just popped off in 2021. This was years.
She been cooking.
4 years.
Hey,
man.
I'll make. You know, everybody got
4
that.
years,
I'll make a cupcake here and there. She will always do that, and I was like, oh, you just want some extra money. But she made cupcakes one day, and I don't even eat cupcakes. I'm like, it was the strawberry Hennessy ones. I know which ones it
Your
was.
mother had an event at her house.
And that's what I
And
first
she
had.
got a dozen.
I was like, man, let me taste this crap. I definitely thought it was crap. I tasted it like, my God.
Yep. And then she booked me for your daughter's birthday party.
And
then,
she shut that party down.
Yeah, I did a Minnie Mouse theme cupcake.
How
I
did
did
you-
not think I could do that. And it actually came out pretty.
How do y'all think, both of y'all, how do y'all think that with coming up with just the process of building a business, when y'all was building it, did y'all look for different, I want to say support, and when y'all got the negative feedback, did you feed on that, or did that slow y'all down like, damn, maybe I should stop this, maybe I'm not as good as I think I am?
Do it for you.
Yeah.
The game longer than me, baby.
You know what? I didn't have a business plan, right?
Okay. That sounds crazy.
I didn't have one. I don't have a college degree.
Mm-hmm.
I went to college, but I don't have a degree. When I was
nursing.
in law enforcement, I was escalating quicker than my degree was, my
Right.
education. So I was like, you know what?
Chase the bag.
Yeah. I don't want this debt, so I'm gonna go ahead.
I bring it to the side.
Yeah.
It's
I'm move this debt to the side.
Honestly, it's always, I think if you're not, if that foundation for school is not there, it's easier, especially when you already have a family, it's easier to push school to the side for the money. It is so easy.
Yes.
I feel like that's how I always stopped and then go back. Stop and go back, because it was always like, well, this job was paying me more money and I like the job, so I'm gonna just stay here, and then school falls to the back end and I'll get that back later. So yeah, it's very easy.
Well, since we all
For the
parents,
money.
all right, we all parents, we all got daughters and son.
Unfortunately.
So, I mean, actually, this is a parent-to-parent conversation. We are all entrepreneurs in our own right. We
Yes,
all
sir.
making money in our own right.
Sure.
And we were fortunate enough to sustain ourselves without a college degree. So if our kids get of age and they say, you know what? Nah, college not for me. And as a parent, of course, we like, damn, but that's a risk. That's a risk you taking.
Yeah.
So would y'all, if your kid comes with an idea and you know, damn, my kid gonna struggle, or you gonna still push college, like, hey, you need a safety net, or you gonna say rock out and just, if they fall, they fall?
I'm gonna support my daughters on whatever decision that they make.
Even if they want to be a stripper.
Whatever decision that they make.
I ain't supporting that, bro.
Now,
Listen, I always gotta ask the question.
I'm not going to condone it, and I'm not raising them for that type of entertainment business.
Shout out to the strippers.
However, it's all, most children repeat what they see.
True.
Right?
So if they're growing up
But you used to
in
be
an
a stripper.
environment,
But you used to be a
what?
stripper.
no.
What? You be a stripper?
I'm lying, I'm joking. You don't see his face like, nigga, no. Don't put down.
That's how you got child right.
That
Okay.
is not. Let me just clear this up, man. No.
Listen, because our cousin used to always joke about that, like him and my brother were strippers back in the day.
We were young, doing what young boys
Yes,
do.
but they wasn't stripping, y'all. I'm just joking.
You say what? What was
Wait a minute, did I miss that?
Women have it.
You have to support your children in their endeavors.
Right.
They're not going to do what I do. I can give them the floor plan, They have to choose their own destiny.
So I agree with me having a 14-year-old girl. I'm learning that as I go. So for me, it's like, I would love for y'all to go to college. Even if y'all want to be business owners, I would love for you guys to still get that up under your belt. To be better business owners, because I eventually want to go back to school for my business degree. And I heard it's no point. I did hear that.
You might have to elaborate on that, because I've been hearing that for a long time.
I've been hearing, so someone
business
I work with
management, I
said
do believe
that.
it is.
She said, I feel like I'm wasting my money.
You are.
She said she's been in it for only a month, and at this point
damn.
she feel like she's wasting her money.
You probably know more.
And that's what she said.
Yeah.
Because she's been a business owner for a minute now. She's a barber. Shouts out to Keisha. And she does dreads. And she was like, bro, like, I think I'm wasting my money. So that's my worst, honestly, now is my worst fear. Because I went to college on and off since 2009 for nursing. And nursing never worked out.
Do you want it to work out, though?
I used to.
Okay. So
Now, my love, I'm real, is knowing that me waking up every day and opening my store, I feel so fulfilled.
now let's say you had your
that
nursing
feeling.
degree.
So a year ago, I was working at Under Armour, and I was surrounded by so many college kids who had like artsy degrees and stuff, and they would say that like, you can be a nurse and own a business, and I'm like, I don't think business owner is for me. But then I started playing with the idea. I probably could be a nurse still with a bakery. But now that I have the bakery portion, that love I once had for nursing, within the last 8 months, I've realized that that love for nursing is definitely out the window. But it's been replaced with entrepreneurship. And I think having my own makes me feel so fulfilled. And to answer your question about the naysayers and the negativity, you gotta understand, I didn't go to school for culinary. I didn't. When I went to college, I went for child care.
So you didn't even realize that was your gift.
Exactly.
Your gift was baking.
Right. So I didn't know until I hit rock bottom, until I was almost prisoner, and then go back to my father's house.
Back to the book.
And then it was like, okay, I beat jail, and what's next? And I got a brand new baby, and I still got a daughter, and like, I'm broke. So what's next? And I had already been making desserts with dinner for my family and stuff like that, and people were like, oh, this is good, you need to start selling it. So when it came down to it, it was either go back to selling drugs or selling weed. I was selling cupcakes, and I chose cupcakes. So
We're so grateful for that.
when it was about to be jail time, I was like, nah, I don't want that. So I went with cupcakes, and it's been a love-hate relationship. I've always tried to balance the idea with my father put in my head, and shouts out to my dad, but he always put in our head to work a 9 to 5 until you can retire. And I started realizing as the last couple of years been going on, and that's not me, and it's not for me.
I believe like that's for a lot of people though, because that mindset, that was cool like in the 60s and the 70s and the 80s to work at a job for 20 years. These 2010, 2000 babies, they not with that.
1990 and 90.
Yeah, even the 1990s, they not with that. Oh, you want me to do what? For how long? For 20 years?
He's like, nah, I'm an Instagram influencer.
And I'm unhappy.
So I have a comment from James Wildy. Shout out to James.
Shout out to James.
He owned Wildy Moving in Harlem.
Yeah.
He said school only teaches you to be an employee. You know, he said most people don't have an employee mindset. And experience is the mother of all teaching.
Yes.
So trial and error is the best thing that you can go through. That's better than any school.
Now, to counter that argument, now if my kid, clearly there are some degrees, like my kid, I'm not going to just name the basics, like a lawyer or a doctor, stuff like that. Okay, if she tells us what she's passionate about, it's no way around school. So, I mean, if you're not trying to go for them upper echelon jobs, then I would say, school is not going to be for you. Don't get a master's degree in yoga. Don't do that. Like, there's certain things you could just
be
learn.
A painter.
Right. You can get with the experience. You can get with certificates. You don't have to put yourself in this tremendous amount of debt. And then at the end of it, like you were saying, Grady, not like it at all. Now you 80, 100 grand in debt. It's never going nowhere.
That's true.
I'm still trying to think of one certificate that I have for any of my businesses. None.
None?
Shit happens.
Do you make it clear though? Do you not have certificates or you don't have licenses?
Oh no, we covered on a license too.
Okay, let's please talk about the licenses.
We got the business license.
Okay.
I'm talking about, besides me going through trial and error, I don't have anything to say you certified in this. I certified myself.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's say someone's just like you said, you have a cleaning company, right? Okay. Let's say 2 people. One person has experience in carpet cleaning. One person knows everything about carpet cleaning. He never did it, but if you ask him a question, he's like, oh yeah, you do such and such and such.
I'm going with the experience.
Ooh.
I'm going with the experience because one, he know how to operate the equipment, and also customer service.
Yeah, the business is that.
He's going to have experience dealing with people. You got to be a people's person to be around me.
And so I learned from a nurse one time, Caucasian nurse. She said I would take
White.
She said I would take a nursing student from Coppin before I take a nursing student from Stevenson. And she said because Stevenson is going to teach you the books, however Coppin is going to teach you that hands-on portion that you need to deal with people. She said so many times she used to see nurses come in and they come from Stevenson or one of them higher ones,
John
Hopkins, and they don't know how to deal with the people. But you get somebody from Coppin and they ready to go. They ain't scared of nobody. They ain't scared of nothing. They just ready, eager to learn. And half of the time their hands been already blessed with knowing what they're doing.
Yeah.
So I take the experience as well.
So you feel like now, with y'all saying that, remember early 2000s, 90s, and going back further, that it's starting to flip, that it was the degrees looking down to the people without them. Now it's the people without them looking down to the degrees. So how do you go about that? So it's like we're devaluing each other, but you can both succeed on both realms. But I don't want it to be like, oh, you got a degree, you wasted your money. Oh, you don't have a degree, you broke. It's going both. It's teeter-tottering between.
I feel like they talking about Jesus, so they're gonna talk about all That's just like the negativity. Like when I started, I get a lot of people who like went to culinary school or been in the game longer that look at me like, oh, she big. I had somebody that worked with me when I first started and was like, oh no, I've been doing this. Like so, in my game, in my field. In the beginning, there are a lot of people that don't want to help you. They do not want to teach you game ghosts. And I had to learn myself. Me and YouTube University had to learn each other.
You can learn a lot from just typing it.
I mean, I'm just saying. I changed light bulbs from YouTube. Right. But that experience made me different. It made me now one of the people that I feel like been in the game for a minute. And when people reach out to me, oh, I'm giving you any information you need. I'm giving you that support. I'm on people pages just supporting people. I done built relationships, not really knowing people, but being on that page like, yes, girl, you did that. Oh, I like that. That's beautiful. And I still do it to this day because it's humbling for me. You ain't had to help me. I figured it out, and I'm where I'm supposed to be because God decided this is where I'm supposed to be.
Oh, well, I just wanted to touch him. My bad.
You just sent her to it.
How do you plan? How do you have a plan for your money? Having these businesses.
I would say, don't ask him about his money.
Do you have a plan for your money? Because a lot of people make money and not know what to do with it. When you running all these businesses and having the foundation, do you have a plan for your money before it even touches your account, or do you see it and then that's when the plan starts?
No, you always have a plan.
All right.
Like one of my plans for 2020 and 2021 was to purchase 2 properties and rehab them. So
guess who missed the show today? We've been trying to bless this man.
But you know, give him some information. Give him some
I'm
information.
asking questions too today.
We're gonna make sure that this is the part of the clip that we send directly to our man, Mr. Virgo.
Nah, it's all good. So one thing the block I grew up on, I purchased property on that block.
You bought back.
I bought back the block.
Yeah, so
come lead in the
I was about to say who house?
Come lead in the wall.
Okay.
I have that. The lot next door to that, I got that.
Where the flowers at?
Nah.
On the other side, behind Mr. Charles' house. Okay.
That $8 for
So, but you're doing something different. You're talking about what I was saying was liquid. You're hitting somebody upside the head with something else. Liquid and net worth is not the same.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, like, I don't know who I'm sitting next to. He like,
I
hey.
ain't telling nobody about my net worth.
I mean, but if you follow Michael Foy, you will see he's not your average. You wouldn't even know Michael Foy has everything that he got going on or the amount of money that he has because he's not a showboat. He's not a showboat. You're not looking
Don't play with me.
You don't look at him and know that he has it, and that's a good thing. He ain't walking around with bezels and red bottoms and all that. Not saying he can't get it, but
ain't no PPP money.
I mean, I'm just saying.
ain't no
hard work,
PPP
buddy.
money.
Shit, I wish I did.
Listen, I've been hustling since 2012. You know, saving my money since 2012. I never really spent money.
Wait a minute. You ain't never spent money. What do you
So
want?
He got a Can-Am.
So-
He spend it on
I'm about to say, you don't talk about other bikes.
I went last year.
Oh, all right.
So I'm talking about
When they
before
was
last
cheap.
year and the year before. Well, let's see, 2019. I lost my house. Everything in my house to a house fire.
Okay.
So really, before then, I was just working. All I did was work. I never had a chance to have fun.
Yeah.
So when I bought myself a decent car or my Can-Am to have fun and making sure, you know, why not? I spent 8-9 years working
Yep.
my ass off.
You enjoyed the fruits of your labor.
Absolutely. So you gotta put your wants on the back burner. And me, I was raising my children too.
Oh yeah,
So I definitely could
yeah.
And then I still was having fun, you know, at the same time. So once I started, like, you know what, I'm gonna chill out and I'm gonna go do this. That's what I did. So now I just do the property for immediately right now, and then I'll open the mobile detailing business back up, and the house is getting, you know, rehab. So that's what I'm doing.
So what's next? Like, what do you see yourself building on for the next 2 to 5 years? And that goes for any of your business. You might want to add a business. You know what I'm saying? So you might be a landlord.
Right now, the properties, I wanna build Florence Avenue back up.
Okay.
I'm potentially gonna put a community center at 5218.
You
Florence
talking
Avenue.
mayor status. We seeing a future mayor in the
No,
work
you're
right
not.
here?
No, you're not. I couldn't be a politician. I have too many connections. I can reach to too many
Sound
people
like a politician.
right now.
Okay.
So going into office will restrict my hands for anything. So no, I would never want to be a politician. Not my thing.
So you would like to knock the house down and build a community center from it?
It's no house there. It's already knocked down.
Okay.
It's 8,000 square feet of land right now.
God damn.
Okay. So you would like to just put one right there?
Yeah, put a community center right there.
When you building up,
Will you find I'm sorry.
no, go ahead. Go
Would
ahead.
you find yourself trying to buy up the whole Florence at this point though?
If I can afford it.
Okay. I don't see
Nobody seen how he smirks.
Because of being honest with you know
that
that
man got something.
You know that I would love
got
for
a
you to
plan,
do
man.
it at the top of the block.
Huh?
I feel like it's always been empty at the top of the
Where
block.
the big brown house used to
Yes. So I would really love for you to do it there.
be at? Somebody still own that property.
Okay.
That
Well, for now.
When they no longer own it,
I mean, for now.
Okay.
What you talking about, which is a very uncommon thing that I see, and you're doing it when people say, I'm gonna buy back the block. Not many people know who owns really the houses that's on that block.
Mm-hmm.
So, with you doing what you're doing, trying to buy back the block and change the dynamic of it, would you say you're gentrifying the neighborhood at the end of the day?
Because the neighborhood was always
It was still
black.
gendered.
It's always been a black neighborhood.
But what if it stopped being black because you're getting better houses and better houses? Would you cater to blacks, or would you cater to whoever making boxes?
Well, just to piggyback off of him, you know, once they start buying off Park Heights for the Preakness, that's what they're basically
They've been trying to do
do.
that for years.
And now that
I would
you're
never-
building inside,
I would
what is
never
the
sell
plan
that
for
property.
you?
I would never sell that property because I want to restore what it used to be.
Yeah,
But sometimes what it used to, I like people like you. Sometimes what it used to be ain't better for it.
I believe it is. I believe we put a playground around that, a community center, it would draw out where we can do workforce development and really getting people back to know that is a neighborhood. It's actually a forgotten neighborhood that people don't even know exists.
Come on now.
Sure.
You drive down Florence Avenue. I mean, Haywood Avenue. You just like everything we didn't grow up on is not.
But how can you clean up the surrounding areas though?
I've already done it.
Shit.
I've already done it.
Speak on. He smiles when he talk that shit. He's like, shit.
But see, it's a respect thing.
Right.
All right. So as we all know, Belvedere, it's always been a drug-ridden neighborhood, right? But it's a respect thing. None of that comes around that. And Baltimore is a drug-ridden city. Let's be
It's called
clear about
what
it.
it is, right?
You know what I mean? It's the home of the wire for a reason. However, we trying to control where most of that stuff is going. It's a crime rate in the city too because of the drugs.
Right.
So it's a respect thing. That's what I will say.
This man, listen, y'all don't see what I see. This man, I got my hand in the pot, all right? It's a respect thing. I ain't always been a DJ.
Respectfully. Respect.
Go ahead,
No,
Greg.
but I mean, do you see yourself when you're done with Florence going on to Wilton Heights, going on to Hayward, going on, you know, to Cuthbert and all of them, and Denmore, and doing more in those parts as well?
The community
Or even
has to
bringing
work.
people in to build that foundation, because you know how important those neighborhoods are for us.
Correct.
That was catch one, catch all. That was, you know, cookouts.
And
That was
everything.
football, you know.
Pole to pole.
Yeah.
That neighborhood, so the Cuthbert neighborhood, Beaufort, Denmore, they have to want to change.
Yeah.
So Florence wanted to change.
Okay.
So that's why I was able to change Florence. So Wilton Heights have to want to change. And they're changing Wilton Heights slowly but surely. They gotta want to change. And if they want to change and other partners wanna come in,
Yeah.
I'll gladly show them the ropes. It's not hard. But we have to be able to work together to do it. I can't do it by myself.
That's true.
And I ain't trying to.
No, it's just very inspirational though. I
Super.
can't lie to you. It is. It gets your mind, especially hearing it, and gets your mind like, what can I do? You put people, and I don't know if I'm the first person to say it, but you definitely put people in a mindset of, all right, what can I do?
Mhm.
So I appreciate you for it.
No problem.
What?
This guy.
It's the light.
Go ahead, what you got?
What defines you? If I ask you that, don't make this clear. I don't want to hear about your kids. I don't want to hear about your woman. I don't want to hear about your money. What?
I don't talk about my money.
Good.
There you go.
That was a setup. What defines you?
My drive. My drive defines me and my community attributes of me just being a community man for the people. I'm a man of the people, to be honest with you. I do more to the community than I probably should, but it don't go unnoticed by the people in the community.
Right.
When I'm in there serving the people, you be surprised. That's why I don't post a lot of stuff, a lot of videos, but I have a lot of testimonies of people just saying, thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for the people you're feeding. I see people 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning getting food off the table. People don't see that. Waking up 5, 6 in the morning, watching people get food, because that's what they need. So what just started is once a week on Saturdays providing food. We doing it 4 times a week.
This was probably, make sure my timeline's right. You was giving out these boxes roughly around 3 to 4 months ago, right?
Correct.
Okay, so this is back when I was doing Lyft. I picked up some girl, I think, somewhere in Towson. We went to go get her mom's. Didn't know where we was going. I stopped. I did not know till later. To one of your situations. It was people everywhere. It was boxes everywhere. She's like, honey, you want some? You want some? I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then I found out about you, and I was like, okay. Then I went to your page. You really do what you just said. You don't post a lot,
Yeah.
but the community and the people find out about you. How do you make your reach? You do something that's old school. You don't use social media. You use people to get other people.
I try to do a little bit of both. I try not to oversaturate social media because people will get an idea of what they think you are. Like people are like, oh, he got money, oh, he do this. So I don't want, not that I'm afraid of anybody, you don't put an unannounced target on yourself. Right? Even though I'm not worried about nothing in my life. I can promise you that. But also, I'm in the community. I'm not just if you want to find me, trust me, I'm out.
That gains respect. You're not just talking, you're actually in the
I'm actually
community.
showing I'm in the community. Absolutely.
So what's something that the people following you may not know, or fans, or just people who may be introduced to you today? What is something that might have happened in your life that people probably just don't know about you, or maybe helped you along the way?
What y'all don't know, y'all ain't gonna know.
If it ain't out there, you gotta get it.
Besides my mom's, that was the most tragic thing that happened. Is when I got a call on May 10th, 2019, that my mom passed away. That lady was everything to me, like everything. It was like today I was just thinking like, damn, I wish my mother was still here. You know, I could just pick up the phone and call her, and she probably cussed me out. Like, what you want? But I miss her, you know, and anybody that still have their mom and father, like my father's still living, but I don't really talk to him.
Okay.
Right? So my children don't have a grandmother on my end.
Right.
They really don't have a grandfather on my end because my mother's husband basically disappeared after she passed.
Right.
So I don't have that on my end. So they're growing up without grandparents. That is hard.
That's different.
That's tough.
Yeah.
So I don't have nobody calling me, where my grandkids at? You know, it's with Daddy and Miss Andrea. So it's like, that's it.
Yeah.
So it's us. So yeah, I just miss my mother. You know, so she was a
I
big
something
influence.
else, but you know.
What you thinking?
You already know what I was thinking.
Oh,
I don't know.
So for her, it's my brother, Will. So when Will got killed in August 20th, 2006, he got shot in the back of his head and left in the alley at Spalding, 3900 block of Spalding Avenue. And the neighbors seen it happen, but she said she didn't want to get involved. And I understood. I didn't understand then, but I understand now.
Being an activist. Being an activist.
Yeah. And it was all over a guy that he said was his friend, and he wasn't his friend. You know, my brother defended that man.
And defended everybody though.
Everybody that night.
Anybody he loved.
Yeah.
He defended anybody. That man was about 8 feet. No shoes on, Fred Flintstone. Like, flip on a mattress. So yeah. It make you some pancakes. That was bigger than your daggone hand. You know, it's that heart that I really think you guys have a heart of gold. And that was something that definitely was placed by your grandmother and your mother. Because your mother was crazy.
Yeah,
but
see?
She definitely make sure that you didn't ate. Even if she just met you. I was adopted the moment she met me, so, you know, I know.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't know why it's so tough. Like, we all lived together. Their house was our house,
Exactly.
our house was their house.
Exactly.
You know? And then even when Raph got shot, you know, that man got shot from in front of our house and ran to his house. It used to be a cut to get right there. He made it home, and unfortunately he lost his life in front of his parents, you know, and it's tough. So we lost a lot of people and had a lot of tragedy growing up, and that's why we all remain close.
Because Saturday mornings was dedicated to your porch.
Oh yeah.
And Friday nights, all-nighter, Uno, spades games.
Yeah, fun.
Walk to that fried chicken fish, start all over again.
And that's why I want to put a community center on Florence Avenue to kind of bring back those memories.
Yeah.
You know, put a playground there. Probably put a basketball goal there first.
Y'all did play basketball.
So we're gonna have some fun, and like I said, the goal is to build back the block, and I'm gonna do as long as God allowed me the opportunity and the willpower to do it, I will.
Where did this humbleness come from?
I always been this way. You can't, man, cocky gets you nowhere. And some people say I'm cocky. I just say okay.
Alright.
I just say okay because
No, he ain't.
I'm not.
Always been.
I'm determined. I've always been this way. Anybody that knows me know I've always been this way.
If you confuse my cockiness for knowing who I am, that's on you.
That's on you.
That's solid. Oh man. So how do y'all, not to stay on this topic too long, but both of y'all going through y'all traumatic experiences. I have yet to have one really as to
Yes,
that
you
level.
have. I know you
Oh, now, damn it. Now I got one. All right, I'm on you.
do. Sure do.
I got you. So how do y'all feel as though, individually, when nobody's around, how do you cope with trauma?
Therapy. So I have
Me
two
too.
therapists.
Alright.
Rashad Mills, my male therapist, and Jennifer Pope, my female
Made you
therapist.
have two different genders.
Right? So Pope and Associates, and then you got Rashad Mills. you have to be open with your therapist to talk about it so you can get through it. Now, it never goes away, but you cope with it.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, my oldest daughter remembers her grandmother. So she asks about her all the time. And that was her baby.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to explain to her. We have a workbook that we go through. And I just tell her the truth. I don't sugarcoat nothing at all. I give it to her like it is because Micaiah is very smart.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it is. But therapy, don't be afraid to seek a therapist. See a therapist.
Yeah, mine's religion and therapy. I had to because you know all the stuff that I've been through behind the scenes growing up. And it was years that I couldn't deal with it. So the first week of December, my brother died December 5th. The first week of December, I was depressed. His birthday is April 13th, mine's April 12th. I would be having sex and crying. 12 o'clock at night.
Listen, all their birthdays in April.
What
their parents was doing. Like, they're like, all right, let's go.
It's about that time, right? But yeah, therapy definitely helped because now I know it's December 1st, but I'm not in a black cloud. And our birthday just passed, and I just took a shot with my man's. Like, so definitely therapy. And what you don't know is last year, a part of my therapy was writing a letter to people that hurt me, right? And I always felt like my brother hurt me because he left me. So I stood at the split and read him a heartfelt letter. And the devil tried to stop it, but it's okay. But while I was reading it, I can see him standing on your porch.
Wow.
And ever since then, I've been okay. I've been okay.
All right. Well, I'll give you something. I was driving the other day, and there was this lady in a car, and she had the glasses on like my mother used to wear, light skin like my mother. And some say look like, I was like,
Mommy.
but she looked just like my mom.
In the gold truck.
No, she had like a black truck. She had like a black truck.
Remember the red truck and the gold truck?
Yeah. I was like, but you have to talk to your therapist.
Yeah.
You know, you have to.
Did you ever have that? Did you ever have that stigma from one being a black man, one just being a man in general, to even go seek out a stranger, a therapist? And if you did, how would you work through that? Like, you know what, today I'm gonna do it. No, I'm not. Today I'm gonna do it.
The day that my mother died, I was talking to my therapist that same day. And actually, one of them called me. It was like, hey, I heard what happened. Where are you? You know, let's meet. Let's talk. My friends gathered. You know, I'm always surrounded by love because I give love.
Right.
So I'm always surrounded by that. So I was just in the right position, the right time. I buried my mom like a queen that she is. She got a big headstone. Everybody seen it.
Where her picture?
Yeah, with a picture on there. And she alright. She good.
But what I think he kind of like that starting point of therapy. So even before Nene passing, but that starting point of therapy.
Just too much going on.
Okay.
I had a lot going on. I was trying to figure out how I'm going to do this and maneuver this and do that. And the therapist just came and said, hey, just slow down. Okay. It's okay.
So that one instant made you like, I'm going to continue it.
I always said that for a long time.
Okay.
I think that I'm actually the opposite. So I've heard, because I guess like first just clear this up. Therapy's always been cool to people that was going to therapy. But recently it's started to become more of a mainstream, hey, you got a therapist, seek help.
But honestly, it really, some people, it don't work. So, but you'll have to find something, maybe a mentor or something for that verbal outlet. Because yeah, sports is cool and maybe doing something you love is cool, but there's always that verbal portion, that communication portion that I feel like sometimes we bury and hold on for so long. So if therapy doesn't work for you, you might gotta find another therapist, and that's fine.
Right.
Because everybody don't mesh together. But if you need to find another therapist to try it out, yeah, but you might, if that don't work, then maybe get a mentor.
I think therapy don't work for a lot of people because they're not willing
ready
to open up.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to be willing to open up and tell somebody how you feel, what's going on, what traumatic incidents that happen in your life. What are you trying to do?
Stuff you don't want to go there.
Yeah.
Like,
a lot of people don't want to open up those can of worms.
I I started seeing a therapist probably 6 months ago. Didn't plan it, thought about it, let it go, thought about it, let it go. Then one day I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna talk to somebody, right? So when I did it the first time, I was a little hesitant to do it, but I let it all out. And like you would say, you never forget it. But just speaking on it and getting that verbal confirmation or verbal feedback that, hey, what you're feeling, it's okay.
It's normal.
Yeah, it's okay to feel that way. All right, that was happening to you. Here's some ways to deal with it, but you're going to feel it. I think when people think of therapy, they think of someone fixing them. The situation never can be fixed, but how you cope with it and how you deal with it can fix you, your innards. And I feel like when I went to therapy, I was like, oh, this shit like that. Hey, your therapist. Wow. Hey, yeah, wow.
They gave us a happy pill.
My therapist became my homegirl. I was like, yeah, girl. I know we ain't on the clock, but guess what? So I'm definitely a supermodel. Not something, supermodel. I am definitely a model.
I told you.
Definitely a model for therapy, definitely. Yeah, that's all I had. I just wanted to get that little out there.
See how easy that was? Expressing yourself.
See how easy that was? This is not a session.
I told you that's all you had to do.
Right, exactly.
But we gotta be more comfortable in telling our friends and family that it's okay.
I love playing devil's advocate. Yes, to what you said, not to everyone, though. Some friends, and everybody knows, certain friends and family are not going to be receptive of that, and that can make a situation worse.
I'll be clear.
I didn't say they had to be receptive. I just said we had to be comfortable and let them know that it is okay.
Well, I'll say in the beginning, I was the only one who was, and I got chastised. I got, oh, you must be crazy, and it became a family joke until one day I was just like, I'm not that person that y'all used to being around, and I'm not standing for it. And therapy helped me find my voice, even in a crowd full of strong black women that I call family. And since then, it was like, I get text messages like, hey, what's your therapist number? Like, you know, secretly from people that was chastising. So it's like, like you said, the moment you become okay with it and you can stand up for it, then you'll be able to stand up in front of people who don't see it the same way you do, but advocate for it. And sometimes you might change somebody else's vision or mind about it.
Absolutely.
I meet strangers and be like, it sounds like you've had a hard time. I have a therapist number if you like. Because I don't think nobody really had a perfect life. Even if growing up it was a little bit easier for you than it was for the next man. As an adult, you start finding yourself, I feel like, in some sticky situations that you don't know how to get through or to get out of. And so I always am like, I got a therapist number, you want it, you can call them. They got a couple therapists for you, children too. Like, so yeah, I'm always advocating for therapy.
What's more important to you? Admiration or gratitude?
I used to want to be admired. And that's because I came from a big sibling group.
Damn.
And I'm my mother's youngest.
Y'all pit bulls get the shit out of me.
But I'm my dad's second youngest. So it was always, I always felt like I was never seen. So I always wanted admiration growing up. But then as I started healing and I started opening my eyes to different things, gratification is better for me. I don't want to be admired anymore. I don't want you to know my name. I want you to know my business name. I want you to know my business name because I want you to come spend money.
All right, so let's
but I don't want you.
So let's say the same thing. Skip you personally, business-wise. Do you want your business to be famous or you want it to be
successful?
No, not yourself. I'm not even gonna give you that.
I'm just gonna scratch all that out. I want it to be successful. I don't want the Baltimore fame. I want financial freedom. I I want
Okay.
I want to be able to be comfortable, to be able to raise my kids in better environments and better situations, be able to pay my bills. I want to be able to not have to ask my siblings for money. I want to be that vessel for my family that if they need, they can call me. My dad just retired and he ain't comfortable. I want to be able to give my father allowance. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so I want success.
Right.
I don't want fame.
I don't want a whole bunch of people calling me.
He said, hey, listen.
No,
It's just you anyway.
Yeah, because I just remember when I first started my business in 2012, I didn't get too much support from family.
Yeah.
My friends supported me first, or people that I didn't even know supported me first. So don't call me.
And that's humbling.
Don't call me.
But that's a humbling
And if you ain't been
situation.
with me along this ride, man, please.
Do you look at, going off what you just said, so with both of you building your brand and your names, sometimes the people that you do encounter are want to be strangers. So do you look at them like, damn, you ain't come with me on this ride, you don't know nothing I've been through, versus the people that have been?
No.
Now the strangers are your biggest supporters.
They the ones that turn in the family. Most of the time.
And they tell somebody, that tell somebody, that tell somebody, hey, where you get that cupcake from? Or well, your car clean, your carpet. I had one lady I did a carpet at Owens Mills, and the whole building was calling me. Just by that one lady, the whole building was calling. So, but your business is who you are. That showcase you.
Say that one more time for people that need to know
The
that.
business will showcase who you are. So people are gonna support the business off of you and your work. So just keep doing what you're doing. If you're owning a business, you just open a business. You want to open a business, do it.
It's to be completely clear, because me and Marcus touched base on this on the phone one day. Everybody want entrepreneurship but don't want to sacrifice. Or just the title of it. They want to be like, oh, because I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a boss, but don't want to put the footwork in. But if you're putting the footwork in, and even if the growth is slow, continue to do it, because you never know who's watching. You know that big moment can come out of the clear blue sky. Like, don't get me wrong, but you also gotta be humble about it too. Like, if you stay humble and stay on your grind, it's like that amount of support, that amount of customers, that amount of everything you're trying to accomplish is going to come, whether it's slower than the next man or it's quicker than the next man. But stay at it, but you got to put the footwork in. You're not going to this entrepreneurship world and think that you're going to succeed just like that. It's this man, like I said, put in work for years. 4 years. It didn't just come out. Like, that man ain't just pop up and say, yeah, today I'm going to do this. Like, that man, he marked his steps for the person he is today.
Yeah, she's speaking facts. And what a lot of people don't know is that I was the only detailing company that Ringling Brothers employed. They hired me.
First of all, don't say it like you just picked up a lollipop. Say it one more time.
So when the circus was in town, I got a call. And it was like, hey, this is Ringling Brothers. I said, the circus? They're like, yeah. I said, what can I do for you? They said, we need you to clean our trains. I said, y'all coming by a train? It's like, yeah. So they gave a location.
You still doing this?
No, because you know back in the day
they travel by train.
You used to know, because the parade used to start from the train.
They travel by train, everything. So they gave it a location, we pull up, and damn sure ain't see 30 trains with Ringling Brothers on. I'm looking like, now what y'all want me to do? Don't want me to clean the train. Okay.
Say no more.
One of my biggest contracts I ever had. And then I had U-Haul after that.
Yes.
What was your first business, and right now, what's your most successful business? All of them can be successful. One can be a 9, one can be a 10. Right now, what's your most successful business?
The detailing business.
Okay.
The carpet cleaning business.
What was, when you started this, right now from your memory, your proudest moment of that business? Was it your first client? Was it the first dollar you made? Was it the first location you went to? What was your proudest moment with that?
When I signed a contract with U-Haul.
The man got money. The man got money. Okay.
Nah, man, U-Haul, so we still do roadside assistance for U-Haul. A lot of people don't know that. So they'll call me the truck locked out.
Talk heavy.
You know,
Talk heavy.
No problem.
As he talk, he just tell us about another business. And another business.
It's our flaunt.
Another business. And another business.
Hey, Grady, what's your proudest moment with your business?
Opening my store. And so, I don't know. My first contract was Under Armour. Believe it or not.
Talk heavy.
I was a call center rep. And so this is game. Every job I went to, I would give one free cupcake. So I would find one moment to bring like 200 cupcakes for the whole team, right? And then after that, I'll see what it does. Either I'm gonna get one customer off of that, or I might get the whole corporation. I did it for Under Armour, and every month they used to provide a big sheet cake for the market for everybody's birthday for that month. Before I knew it, I was pulled in the office and was like, let's talk. And shouts out to Rebecca. She also told me, don't you ever sell yourself short for anybody. You charge them for supplies, time, the actual product. You charge them for everything. But just make sure you give us a families and friends discount. So when I say I had an extra couple $100 a month from the corporate card of Under Armour. So thank you so much, Rebecca and the team. But then, COVID happened. And then I tried it with other jobs, and then they tried me. So yeah.
She said they tried.
I would say for me, since you guys were business owners way longer than me,
It's okay.
I would
is
say, well, no, because this happened when I got with you guys. I would say when we first started, I was super analytical about this business because this business ran by numbers.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say when I first episode was Shauna, I think when I checked randomly and we only had like 20.
Oh, she big balling too.
Hey, talk heavy. It's heavy around here.
She on the news.
Right. It's different. I would say our first.
How mad?
It's two. I would say our first would be when I first seen 20 people download it. And then
in less than a month.
I was like, you know what? You did something different. You could have listened and bopped off. You saved this. You can't keep downloading. So now, boom, he was like, oh, this is something special to me. So I was like, damn, I got 20 people who fuck with me. Next time I got 50 people who fuck with me. Yeah. So I would say, for me, my proudest moment with you guys, with April, with my other business, even the unseen people like my engineer here.
And my name's E.
Yeah, all that. I would say being able to, I would say this is my biggest flex. To be able to put my family onto money, to put my family onto, because I could have outsourced it. It was like, hey, yo, my homeboy, or just go board somebody. But to be able to tell my family, yo, let's go get some money together. Let's do some good shit together. I cried a little bit.
I know.
So
that's right.
I would say that's my biggest flex. And I think it came from you, actually, engineer. It came from you.
Yes, our engineer is our little cousin.
Yeah, it came from you.
When, my man make beats too. Don't sleep on him.
When Grady came, I was like, boom, I got my people. When I had my homeboy come, I was like, all right, I got my people. But when it was with you, when I was looking for an engineer, I got put on to you like a month before, and I was like, he don't know what he's doing. I can't put my name, like you were saying, I can't put my name out. It's me. You looking at me. You don't see him. You looking at my product. You don't know my engineer was trash.
That's right.
So when it came with you, I was like, you know what? That's my man's. I'm going to give him a shot. And I appreciate you. I never said this to you or on or off air.
Yeah, man, it's flowers,
I'm going to give you your flowers. When you first started, you was shaky. But you told me, and you pulled me to the side like a man. And it was like, you know what? I messed up. I'm going to do better. I'm going to do better. And ever since that first conversation, the audio's been better. The equipment's been better. The way you clean up has been better. So I want to just give you your flowers while you here and say, man, you appreciate it. You definitely part of the team.
Yes. Shout out to me.
Yeah, we have to give one another an opportunity. We all are one step away from being behind bars or below down.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I tell us people all the time, this being an African American man or woman, period, we're all one step away.
Yeah.
So we gotta support while we're here. We gotta give people their flowers while we're here. And we gotta take care of responsibilities as parents to raise our children while we are here. Point blank.
Before you get out of here, because our co-host isn't here, tell us how you started with this house flipping. Yeah.
Give a little game for the people that need the little game.
What you want to know? Ask me the question.
I want to know, how did you start it?
How do you start?
Like
So what's the free game that you can give somebody that's interested in starting?
Yeah, just give them a free game because they got to come see you for the rest.
Yeah.
Just give them a little free game. They want to do, let's say, now we ain't going to say house flipping. We going to say wholesaling.
All right, so I don't do wholesale.
All right, say house flipping.
But it's easy.
Okay.
I took a wholesaling class. It's easy. You know, so what you do is with the wholesaling, you find a house, let's say, let's use the White House that burned down.
Okay.
Right? Say they was selling that for $10,000.
Okay.
Right? So you find out who owned the house, which is not hard to do, but because they normally if it's an auction selling it, you just reach out to them.
Yeah.
They maybe or maybe a property owner, look up the address, their number is going to be there. Call them. Hey, what you want to sell the house for? Oh, I want $10,000 for it. All right, now you want to make some money off that house, right? So I say, hey, I know you one of my investors. You always buy my house. I got a house for $20,000. You want it?
Right.
You don't tell them how much that is. $20,000.
That's $20,000. I might tell us $30,000. It may take $30 to renovate it, but after the renovation, it may be worth $130.
Yeah.
Right? It could be worth more than that. They get their $10,000, I get $20,000. She got the house,
and we good.
It's easy money. But I don't do that. If I want the house, I go buy a house, and I'm gonna renovate it. I'm gonna rent it out. Or if I'm gonna sell it to somebody else, this is what I'm selling it for. I ain't taking no less than that. But it'll sit until you
So before we head out, do you think for someone who doesn't really have that funding right now, or maybe an investor on their team, do you think they should start out with the first time home buying program and take their money to flip or buy? Okay.
Keep your first time home buying credit for when you want to purchase a home for you to live in.
Okay.
Don't use that.
But what do I do if I'm broke but I wanna even do wholesale or I wanna flip? Is there something I can do?
Credit.
Okay.
So if you got good credit, get a loan, get a line of credit, get a personal loan.
Okay.
And then, or sometimes banks will give you a loan to buy a house to renovate it.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they'll do that sometimes. You gotta have decent credit, so make sure your credit together.
Well, thank you so much. Can you let us know how they can reach you on all of your business pages and websites?
All right, so first a nonprofit, Emile Wall Foundation. That's on IG. info@emilewallfoundation.org is the email. emilewallfoundation.org is the website. CM Mobile Detail on all social media. CM Properties on all social media as well.
Yes.
And China Mike on social media if you want to reach out to me. If you have any questions, I don't withhold information, so if something you want to know, just reach out to me, and I'll tell you for free. I don't withhold information though.
Oh, that's different. That's a different type of game.
Yeah, because I can't do nothing with it.
I mean, shut
If I can't help somebody else, I'm hindering somebody.
You hurting somebody. You're doing the exact opposite of what you want to do.
Like, we gotta give up the information. Like, if I know it, I'm gonna tell somebody else. Point blank.
This man gave, this was a learning episode. This man gave you games to get your credit right, keep your money straight, and don't tell anybody all your net worth and your business.
That's it.
So this has been another episode of Vibes Podcast. This is your boy, Two Dimple King. Your favorite Leo, trigger if you're nasty, but not on this episode.
Y'all already know it. I go by E. Brady, the baby, the business owner, the girl with the five hobbies in the lobby.
Tell us where we can find you with them good old baked goods.
Listen, your girl got EA Cupcakeries here at Owens Mills. That's 10200 Grand Central Avenue, Building 112. I'm inside of Cilantro of Owens Mills. Cilantro Suites, downstream of Expectations. Off of $7.95, so come holler at me. Your girl is in the building every day, Tuesday through Saturday, basically.
Like
And I work for that for me events company. If you need any table rentals, DJ services, throne chairs, any of that, come holler at us. PremierEventsMD.com. And I'm out.
Oh, I need more. We out.
It's a vibe. It's a vibe.